Aloha, my name is Song-Yi Baek, and I'm an extension agent specializing in agricultural finance. This project is funded by the Western Extension Risk Management Education Program, and I've worked on it with Kyle Barber at Go Farm. Today, I will walk you through a spreadsheet tool that answers a common question on the farm. Is it worth upgrading my irrigation to an automatic system? One that waters only when the soil is actually dry. So I want to emphasize that this is built for producers who already have irrigation system but still runs things by hand. Opening and closing valve, checking the soil, deciding when to water. Automating that with solenoid valves, soil moisture sensors, and a controller costs money upfront, and then the payoff, let's say less water, less pump power, and especially less labor, is spread out over years and is uncertain. We don't know exactly, right? So that's a trade-off and it's hard to figure out. So this tool does the math for you. Before I dive into explaining how to use this tool, I want to explain how to download and how to set up. So if you click the link that we provided, it will show this Google spreadsheet, and it's view only. And you cannot change anything because it is view only. And I ask you to click File and download in Excel. If you don't have Microsoft Excel, another way is to copy this Google spreadsheet and then work on it. So here, since I did not sign in using the Google account, so all other things are not active. But if I log in, then it will be active. So let me show you this. So this is the login version. So I logged in already. And if I click File, and then you can click Make a Copy. And you can write the name of the file and click Make a Copy. It takes a few seconds, and this is a copy of the spreadsheet that I showed you before. So here you can change because this is your own file. Okay, so this is not view only, right? To navigate how to use this tool, we will use a hypothetical farm as an example. Before this presentation, I prepared the example in advance. So here, this tool ends up recommending the investment and the upfront cost paid back in 0.4 years, which is roughly 5 months. So let me show you how to get your own answer. So how we can get this result. So go back to this file. Okay, and there are 4 tabs along the bottom: instructions, tool, results summary, detailed cost results. The good news is that you only type on the tool tab here. So you will enter your farm information in the yellow cells in the tool tab, and other tabs calculate your results automatically. Okay. And you never have to touch a formula. So if I click here, it's not yellow cell, it's a white cell. And there is a formula. So please do not touch this one because it automatically calculates the cost, related cost. And if you're unsure what a cell means, then you just rest your cursor on it and a little note pops up to explain it. You see, there are notes popping up and you can see what this cell means. Okay, so let's fill in together using a hypothetical example. So our example grower is Leilani, and she farms about 5 acres of head cabbage in Waimanalo in Oahu. With a drip system, she runs by hand. Now we will enter her current operation first. So as I said, she has 5 acres in the field she's automating. So here I want to say, if you have, let's say, 10 acres, and you want to adopt the new automatic irrigation system only for 5 acres, then please type 5, not 10. And she irrigates about 11 months of the year. So number of months irrigated per year is 11 months. And roughly 18 days each month she irrigates. So the number of days irrigated per month is 18 days. So notice the tool uses those two numbers, 11 and 18, to figure out how many times a year she irrigates. Okay, so now water. Does she pay for water? Leilani is paying a water bill, so click yes. If you don't pay water, say you're on water catchment, choose no here. And the tool will indicate water cost is equal to 0. Next, pick how you measure your water. Is it in gallons or inches? The tool takes either one because farmers think about this differently. So some of us track water in gallons, others think in inches, meaning the depth of water laid down across the field, the same way we measure rainfall. So use whichever matches how you already keep track. So if you choose inches, the tool uses your acreage to work out the gallons for you. So you don't have to do anything, any converting. So her system is measured in gallons. So click gallon. And she applies about, about 12,000 gallons each time she irrigates. If you don't know your exact number, use your best estimate or ask whoever installed your drip. And her water rate, about $5.50 per 1,000 gallons. Get this number from your own water bill. Okay. And next is power cost. So she runs a pump, and her irrigation power runs about $1,800 a year. That's from her electric bill. So let's type $1,800. If you don't use a pump, you can just click no. Next is labor. So each time she irrigates, her worker spends about an hour and a half walking the field, opening valves, and checking the soil. And she pays $18 an hour. So labor hours per application is 1.5, and the hourly wage is 18. If you don't hire any worker to irrigate, but if you spend, let's say, 1.5 hours, and please write down here, because your time is valuable. And assume that if you hire someone, how much you would pay, then it could be 18 or 20, right? So you can type here. Now the equipment. New automatic irrigation equipment. So you don't have to know the prices, and you just pick the size and type and enter how many, and this tool fills in the typical Hawaii price for you. So it is solenoid valve. So the automatic valve that open and close on their own. So she needs, let's say, 4 solenoid valves, but in 2-inch. 2-inch valve for her zone. And it automatically calculates the total valve cost, right? So here you see this formula means that 1 inch, so one valve for 1 inch is equal to $175. And one valve for 1.5 inch is equal to $285, and so forth. So this tool is created in 2026. And if you're using this tool in like later years, or if you know the price of valves or sensors and controllers that you're buying, and please enter that exact number here. So it is not per unit, it should be the total cost to buy solenoid valves for your field. Okay, so you can overwrite here by, let's say, by typing $2,000. Okay, let me go back. But if you don't know, just do not change this cell. Okay. And the next one is soil moisture sensors. So these tells the system when the ground is dry. So she will use 2 basic sensor. And here's the option. You can use advanced multi-depth sensor as well, but Leilani use basic sensor 1 depth. And it again automatically calculate the sensor cost. The next one is controller. It is the brain that ties it together. So there could be basic timer, multi-zone controller, and smart controller. And Leilani used just 1 multi-zone controller. And here it asks, will you subscribe to a smart controller service? So you can use smart controllers if you want remote system management, cloud-based data storage, and automated performance notifications via smartphone, and it costs about $25 per controller per month. And this service is available if you install a smart controller. As I show here, smart controller. So since Leilani is not installing smart controller, and also she does not want to use that service, so enter no. And the next one is financial information. So there are a few financial assumptions. These come pre-filled with defaults, so you can usually leave them alone. But if you have more detailed information, then please overwrite and type your own numbers. So here you can see useful life for 3 different equipment. So how many years each piece of equipment lasts? Valves, solenoid valves and controllers, about 10 years. And sensors, about 3 years. And why does this tool ask? So think about like buying a truck. So you pay for the truck once, but it works for you for several years. So its real cost to the farm is a little each year, not the whole price in year one. So this tool does the same thing here. It takes the price of your valves, sensors, and controller and figures out what each one costs you per year over its lifetime. So that's why it asks the useful life for each equipment. Next one is interest rate. So the default is 4%. It asks roughly what it costs to borrow the money or you'd give up by spending savings. So normally it's about like 4%. So this is default number. And the next three things are expected water, power, labor savings. So how much do you expect to save once it's automated? So the default is 15% on water, 15% for on power, and the big number is 75% on labor. Because the new automatic system does the walking and valve turning the worker used to do. So don't worry about getting this exactly right. In a minute, I will show you how the tool tests higher and lower case scenario. And that's all the typing, and let's look at the answer. Go to result summary. And this one shows the annual investment cost first. So Leilani's equipment is $2,350 upfront. Since this is one-time purchase, the tool first to show a yearly figure. Using the useful life we just talked about, it spreads that $2,350 across the years each piece lasts. So that comes to about $373 a year, and it is labeled the annualized investment cost. Then the tool adds your ongoing yearly cost, for example, maintenance and plus subscription if you choose to sign up for a smart controller service. Since Leilani skipped the subscription, so here it's just a maintenance cost. Put those together and her total annual cost comes to about $443 a year. Next one is savings. So you see the base scenario. So I will explain what the low and high means later. So the base case. So about $6,340 Leilani saves by using less water, less power, and less labor. And if you look at the chart, this pie chart makes that easy to see at a glance. It splits your yearly savings into three sources: water, power, labor. And as you can see, the bigger the slide, the more of your savings comes from that area. For Leilani, labor is the biggest slice, close to 2/3 of everything she saves. And this tool gives you three scenarios. The middle one is base, uses your exact estimates you typed here in the tool, these three. Okay. And the low assumes your saving comes in 25% worse than expected. And the high means 25% better than you expected. Okay. So in low scenario case, Leilani saves less compared to base case, right? And in high case scenario, she saves more. Now, the most important row is net annual benefit. It means it subtracts cost from savings so that you can know how much benefit, like net benefit, you can get from installing new irrigation system. Leilani can save about $5,800 per year. Even the low case still saves $4,000 a year. Like this, if you can see a positive number in low case, it's a low risk decision. If the low column were negative, then that's the signal to be careful. Because if the saving is lower than you expected, then your net benefit is negative, which means your expected profit is lower. And it's not going to be profitable. And the tool recommendation here is invest. And it pays for itself in 0.4 years, which is about 5 months. Since 1 year has 12 months, so 0.4 years is roughly 5 months. If you want the details of cost of using automatic irrigation system and the before and after, this tab is for you. Detailed cost results. And this tab shows first equipment investment breakdown. So for 3 different equipments and how much it costs as one time, an upfront cost, and the useful life, how many years you can use, and annualized cost. And this pie chart breaks down that one-time equipment cost. So you can see where your upfront dollars go. For Leilani, the valves are the biggest piece, with the controller and sensor making up smaller shares. And this block shows annual operating costs comparing current and after automation using the base case. Leilani uses water and pays about $13,000 per year before adopting new automatic system. And power cost is about $1,800. Labor is about $5,000. Right? And then after automation, she only pays $11,000 per year and so on. And she can save a lot from labor. So before adopting new irrigation system, let's say she paid $20,000, but after automation, it is expected to pay $14,000 a year. And this is a sensitivity analysis by showing total annual gains and total annual cost. So here in the base scenario again, the net annual benefit is about $5,700. And in lower case, the net annual benefit is lower. In high case, the net benefit is higher. So now the best part, make it your farm. So change any yellow cell and the results update instantly. Say you think you will only cut labor here in half instead of 3/4, then you can type 50. Okay. change that one cell and watch every results recalculate in the result summary and detailed cost results. So 2 things to keep accurate for your own farm. So put in the numbers from your water and power bills and your wage. And also get a real quote from a vendor and type their actual prices in here. So total valve cost, sensor cost as well, and also controller. So the prices built into this tool are just typical Hawaiʻi estimates. And one honest caveat, this is a planning estimate, not a guarantee. So your real results depend on your crop, your soil, the weather, and how the equipment performs. So use this to see whether automating is worth investment. If you'd like to help running your own numbers, reach out to me. Here is my contact information. Or you can reach out to Go Farm Hawaii or your local corporate extension office to find the right equipment. Mahalo for watching and good luck out there.